Day 28 on the Ohenro Pilgrimage Trail was to get to Ozu City and visit Bangai number 8 in prep for Bangai number 7, which is tomorrow, which is a big hike up into the mountains and back, hopefully one day up and back type of trip. It was supposed to be a short day, and it was mostly a short day. It started off cold as hell, like freezing weather. I had my down jacket on most of the morning. By the afternoon it got sunny and warm. Early on I was walking on the Hendra Path and came across the first honest sign I've seen, which gave you two choices: go through a tunnel, and it gave you the length of the tunnel, or go over the mountains. And because I had time, I went over the mountains, and it was a beautiful trail. Then I was heading towards the temple and got off the Ohenro Trail because had a little shopping to do. I wanted to go to a Daiso to get some candles and incense. I was looking for a hat because the pilgrim's hat blows like crazy and chokes me.
One of the problems with the hats, and I'm not sure it's coming clear on the video, but they act like giant kites. So right now my hat is blowing back and I am basically choking myself. So they're great for keeping the sun off, but they suck in the wind.
So I was trying to find a hat, but I couldn't find a Uniqlo or a place to buy a hat, but I did find a Daiso. I was using GPS to get to the temple, and it took me to the middle of nowhere. So Google Maps took me to what was said was the temple, but there was nothing there, and basically took me on a 50-minute loop to the middle of nowhere. I finally found the temple, visited it there, and there's actually this older man who was walking the Ohenro who came in after me. I was packing up my bags and he was having a smoke, and I commented that, I got to get a hat like his because the wind is just driving me crazy with the pilgrim's hat, and sometimes I take it off, but I don't like a lot of sun. And he's like, hey, I can help you out. And he didn't have a pilgrim's hat, but he refigured my hat. I used to have kind of two loops just around my chin, but he had this rope and refigured it so that it now has sort of 4 points on the hat instead of just 2 around. When you just have one loop, it just had 2 points. And it seemed to solve the problem. I was kind of amazed. He had a small backpack, but in that backpack he had that rope. And I'm like, oh, thanks for doing this. I'm surprised you had the rope. He's like, yeah, I carry the rope for people who need the hats fixed. And it was one of those, I just happened to ask him, just comment, trying to make conversation about his hat. And then he had the equipment to fix my hat. He didn't offer to fix my hat. I don't know what he would have done if I hadn't mentioned I liked his hat. It was a pleasant happening along the Ohenro Trail. I was having trouble with my hat, and some guy was able to fix it. I was wondering how people in period dramas and everything kept their hats from flying about, and it appears they tie them very differently than the way they come when you buy them at the store. I was in the back roads on a tiny little road walking down, and a car came up, and I was getting out of the way so that it could pass. It's a 2-lane road, but it was really a 1-lane road, and very narrow. And the person slowed up and wanted to give me some setdai, and so she gave me a calorie mate. And she goes, because I spoke a little Japanese, she goes, oh, do you read Japanese? And I was like, a little. And she wanted to give me some religious literature. So it was setdai with a little bit of a tinge of proselytizing involved. I passed on the literature, but accepted the calorie mate. The Bangai I visited today is literally right next to the highway. There's not even a buffer zone. Literally, you turn off from the highway and you're in the parking lot. And the parking lot is big enough for a car right in front of the place to get your book signed and read sutras. So up until now, I've had kind of a pleasure of reading sutras in the early morning light or all alone at a temple up in the mountains, and birds are chirping and it's kind of quiet and serene and meditative. And today I was reading sutras as big trucks carrying timbers and other things came barreling by. It was a little less serene, meditative, and actually enjoyable. I'm at a business hotel. It's nice. It's what I expect kind of a business hotel, with a few exceptions. It didn't have a laundry, So this is the first business hotel of many I've been in that didn't have a laundry, and I really needed to do laundry today, so I had to go to a coin laundry. And it doesn't have Wi-Fi, but it does have LAN. I think you can make that out. So if I had my old computer, I could connect it via Ethernet cable. Don't have a computer, but I have the Ethernet cable. So no Wi-Fi today, no Wi-Fi tomorrow, and probably no Wi-Fi for the next 2 days as I'm going way out into the countryside after that. Next week I should be in Matsuyama and hopefully can find some decent Wi-Fi somewhere. It was good weather today. Hopefully some good weather tomorrow. There really is more bounce in your step when it's nice and sunny outside than when it's raining, though it's supposed to rain the following day and the day after that. So we'll see how that goes. And those are supposed to just be long haul days. One of them is supposed to be one of the more beautiful sections of the Ohenro, so I'm looking forward to that.